911 horror stories, true calls that will haunt you. If you think the scariest part of 911 is the hold music, just wait until you hear these recordings. From demons to death, here are 9 horrific 911 calls that are guaranteed to haunt you. Number 9, the worst sound. The operator received a call from a man who claimed that he had just hit his wife. He explained that they were arguing, and he got so angry that he slapped her across the face so hard that she fell down the stairs. The woman was badly injured and bleeding heavily, but the man claimed that she wasn't breathing at all when he found her. The operator stayed on the line with the man while he tried to resuscitate his wife, but despite their best efforts, she couldn't be saved. The man was understandably upset by what had happened. However, there was something even more disturbing about this call. As the operator tried to calm the man down, he could hear the woman breathing heavily in the background. When asked if anyone else was there, the man replied that it must have been his son. But the boy had just left for school, and the caller knew this because he drove him there himself. It turns out the woman was still alive, but she had crawled away after being hit and was now hiding under a bed. When emergency services arrived at the home, they found her there and rushed her to the hospital. She was badly hurt but would make a full recovery. And while the man was charged with assault, the breathing woman was too afraid to testify against him and the charges were dropped. According to the operator, the worst sound he ever heard on the job was the heavy breathing of the woman who should have been dead. Number 8. Who was that? One day an operator received a frantic call from a young woman. She told the operator that she had come home and found her parents dead. Although she had only found them moments before calling 911, the deaths didn't seem recent and the house had already started to stink. She said that she hadn't seen anything unusual since returning home and had no idea how they died. She agreed to stay on the line with the operator until help arrived. Then things got strange. The woman told the operator she could hear footsteps in the attic, but when police arrived, no one was found up there. She then claimed to see a shadowy figure coming down the stairs. Again, the cops found nothing. Still, the operator stayed on the phone with the woman until she was rescued, although she never did explain what she had seen. 7. My friend isn't right. A group of friends decided to play a prank on their friend, who they would call Bear, by pretending to be Ghostbusters and then surprising him in his home. They planned to dress up as the characters from the movie and hide some fake ghosts around the house, then jump out and scare Bear when he entered each room. However, their fun soon turned to terror when they realized that someone was actually haunting Bear's house. The friends were filming the stunt with a camera, and when they uploaded the footage to YouTube, viewers noticed that one girl kept getting pulled out of frame as if by an invisible force. At first, they assumed that the cameraman was simply doing this to build suspense, but then it happened again and again throughout the video. Some people have suggested that the footage is fake, but others claim that the house was once home to a family that had been brutally murdered. Whether the ghost was real or imagined, one thing is clear: this haunting would keep me away from that house forever. 6. Demon House. One day, an operator received a call from a mother who claimed that her kids were possessed by demons. She said that they had been acting strangely for weeks, but recently things had become really bad. The children were speaking in unknown languages, levitating off the ground and inflicting horrible injuries on themselves. As the operator listened in disbelief, the children could be heard screaming in the background. The mother explained that she had taken them to church, but that hadn't helped. And now, she believed that the only option was to take them to a mental hospital. While on the phone, the mother agreed to bring the children outside so emergency services could assess the situation. But when they arrived, they found no one there. The operator continued to receive calls from her every few minutes. But each time they reached the home, the children were gone. To this day, no one knows what happened to the children, but many believe that they are trapped in the home with their demonic father, who is rumored to have sacrificed the family dog in order to summon the devil himself. Number 5. Headless Horseman. An operator received a call from a man who said that he had just witnessed a murder. He explained that he had been driving through a rural area when he saw a man on horseback riding directly towards him. The man had no head. He said, as he passed by, the headless horseman leaned over and cut off his own hand, then rode away. The man hung up and tried to call back several times, but the number had been disconnected. And when the police ran the license plate, they found that it belonged to a car that had been stolen 3 months earlier. Because the call came from a rural area with very little cell service, the police had no way of knowing where it had come from. It could have been a prank, but the operator believed that the fear in the man's voice was real. 4. Bloody bath. One day, an operator received a call from a man who said that he had killed his girlfriend. He claimed that he had found her dead in their apartment and was worried that he might go to jail. The operator calmly assured him that everything would be fine as long as he was honest with the police. So he asked him to take a deep breath and walk them through the events leading up to the discovery of the body. Suddenly, the man stopped speaking. The operator could hear water running in the background, and then the sound of someone getting into a bathtub. When the man began speaking again, his voice sounded panicked. He claimed that the water had turned red and that he thought his girlfriend was trying to come back from the dead to kill him. The operator tried to reassure him that there was nothing in the water, but the man didn't believe him. Then the line went dead. The operator immediately contacted the local police, who found the man's apartment empty. When they looked through the window, they saw a trail leading from the apartment to the nearby river, which was covered in blood. Despite an extensive search, neither the man nor his girlfriend was ever found, which led the operator to believe that he may have drowned after taking his own life. 3. Zombie attack. One day, an operator received a call from a man who claimed that he had just bitten his neighbor. He explained that he had been playing video games all night and was tired, so he went to his neighbor's house to get some sleep. But then he started having vivid nightmares and woke up to find himself biting his neighbor's arm. The man claimed that he didn't mean to hurt his neighbor and was worried that he might turn into a zombie. The operator, unsure of what to make of this strange call, contacted the police, who went to the man's home to investigate. There, they found his neighbor standing over his dead wife and 2 children, who had also been bitten. The neighbor was covered in blood and had wounds all over his body. He claimed that he had been attacked by a zombie, but the police believed that he was the one who had done the killing. 2. Intruder. One day, an operator received a call from a young girl. She explained that she was home alone when she heard someone breaking into the house. She hid in a closet and began dialing 911 on her cell phone. But then the person entered the closet and took her phone. She begged the operator to send help, but then the line went dead. The police arrived soon after and found signs of a struggle, but no sign of the intruder. As they searched the house, they found the girl's body in the basement. It appeared that she had been strangled, but the killer had fled. This case remains unsolved to this day, and while there have been many theories, none have been confirmed. Many people believe that the girl's parents were involved in some way, but this has never been proven. What we do know is that the operator could hear the killer rummaging through the house looking for the girl right after he took the phone from her, and that the police were able to track the call to a nearby payphone. But when they checked the records, they found that the call had been made from a disconnected account. This means that the killer either destroyed the phone or removed the faceplate before making the call. 1. Evil clown. An operator received a call from a woman who said that she had found her husband dead in their home. She claimed that she had been out running errands when she returned home to find her husband hanging from the ceiling fan. The operator asked her if she had seen anything unusual or if she knew anyone who might want her husband dead. She said that her husband worked as a clown and that he had made a lot of enemies over the years. In fact, he had recently received a series of threatening messages from someone claiming to be one of the people he had wronged. The police investigated and found that the death was a murder, not a suicide. They believed that the killer had used a rope to strangle the man and then rigged the scene to look like a suicide. However, the case remains unsolved to this day, and the killer has never been found. Thanks for watching. Which of these 911 calls scared you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time. Bye.